why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community? Why? Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that.
When I first started making music, didn't think I could grow into my 30s, 40s. I'm 52 now and be creating music where it still feel fresh, just gaining new audience. We didn't have those examples at the beginning because hip hop was so young.
Right.
But when we think about it is a young man's sport, young woman's sport, but it also is because it's music. When you think about music, it don't really denote an age or even a color, man. Walks of life, just loving it. It could be Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, or it could be Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. When I first
Ain't nobody really safe now. It don't matter if you staying on the way now. Praying mamas, all this drama starting to wait now. Just keep your head up and don't ever lose your faith now, yeah. Snakes will slither in your circle with only the intent to really hurt you. I pray that God will cover you and nurse you. Just pray that God will keep me out the hurts too. Oh, well, it wasn't meant to be. Thought I had a friend, but it wasn't enemy. If I call you bro, then you just like kin to me. They tryna get close and they tryna get rid of me. Rid of me, aye. I gotta out for the slicks now. I gotta stop at the fix now. Yeah, they plotting to dig me a grave now. They want me to slip up and lay down. Just because you call me bro, don't mean that I don't really know that you ain't nothing but the foe. Cause if I feel like the vibe is on, I'ma keep my distance. I'ma go with my instincts, go about my business. Keep it pushing like a piston, cause I don't want you even listening when I be talking about my business.
What up, doe? It is your favorite auntie Nessa. Just so y'all know, that song right there is my guy, Phil Durrell. I'm a very big fan of his. Please make sure you show him some love. That is off the Destiny CD, which he was ahead of his time. That CD is banging right now today. It's been in my archive for a minute, and he is a Christian hip hop artist. So please make sure you show him some love, and I will be having him on the show one day. But he does more than that too. He does scores for movies, different things like that. Please support this young black man. He is on IG, and I'll have his link in the banner so that you can check him out. All right, and with that being said, let me go ahead and do what I do and give some claps and give you guys some love. Give Phil some love. And I will be giving my brother some love. He will be on here with us. Marky D, Markayla. Let's see. Matter of fact, let me call him and see what's going on. Let me chat with him, see if he's still coming, because I know that's who y'all actually is going to want to hear from, because he's the hip hop historian. Okay. Marky D. What happened? Hello? It seemed like he picked up. I don't know. But he should be chiming in. Hopefully he got the link and everything. And that is him. He is here, and I am about to just go ahead and add him. Make sure that he is added on here. Hold on one second. What's going on, bruh?
What it is,
Let
what
me
it is.
let me give you an applause. I already told the audience you was coming. The hip hop historian. Guys, this is going to be good, and he's going to probably be doing more talking than me, but we both have a strong love for hip hop, very strong love since childhood, both of us. And you know, that's one of the biggest things right there is being immersed in the culture, loving the culture, adapting with it, also holding, you know, people accountable, because I'm the auntie of it. You know what I'm saying? He's the uncle of it. So we definitely hold the new generation accountable. We, you know, we like what we like as well. We have difference of opinions and different things, but we also agree on a lot. And that's what makes this even more exciting, to be able to like share this space with him and have this conversation. So the topic today is, does hip hop music have a shelf life? Okay. And what we'll be doing is, we got a couple of clips from especially some of our legends that is speaking, and then, you know, I have a couple of questions in the banner. And please feel free, this is a pre-recorded show, so please feel free to leave your you know, your remarks in the comments, and I definitely will be responding. Okay. All right, right. Tell them about yourself, Marky. Marky D, Mark the barber, Mark the traveling barber. I'm gonna get that out the way for you.
Right.
No, go
Well, you
ahead.
know, it's well, being a lover of life, you know what I mean? I try to be somewhat of a mentor and assist to these young men out here trying to figure life out, you know, knowing that I come from that, you know what I mean, trying to figure life out as a young man,
Right.
young black, especially young black man in America type of deal, you know. And throughout my travels, looking back, hip hop basically guided me through a lot of that. So um I'm gonna have fun with this one right here, even
Yeah,
more
this is
so.
this
I'm gonna
about to
say
be
this is
real
part two.
fun.
Yeah, this is
Don't
basically part two
Okay,
of
guys, let me
last season,
yeah,
you know,
last season. Okay,
because
okay,
we
yeah.
ain't supposed to do a part two of last season,
Yep,
so
this
this will be
is.
it on the next
Yeah.
joint.
So
You
you
know
know
what I
what?
mean?
Please check out season one too. The our hip hop show on season one. It was so good. We went. It was. I think it was called the evolution of hip hop or something. But we went through a lot. It was really good. I totally enjoyed that. It was fun, and that one was actually long. That one was
Yeah.
long, but it was good. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get started with the first video clip. And like I said, as we have conversations, I'll be putting questions up in the banner. And you know, let's get it, let's go. Oh, you know what? Let me change the background. I don't want people to be, I want you to check my flyer out later. I tried to hurry up and make one. So
Mhm.
but I'm going to change it so that it won't be so busy in the back. All right.
When is it time for niggas to call it quits in hip hop?
I don't think
Interesting.
Is there a time for niggas to call it quits and maybe, you know, like move on to the next thing?
Interesting, brother.
don't point to me. It's just a lot of
You
dudes
have
out
some
there.
opinion.
It's a lot of. That's why we got one hit wonders.
Yeah, but sometimes that one hit, you know,
Last
can
forever.
last a whole fucking lifetime.
Lifetime, yeah.
It's a lot of motherfuckers still on tour off of one motherfucking hit. But my thing is there a point? Because I've heard a conversation about at some point niggas need to just like give it up. This is a young man's thing. Give it up and start doing other shit. Like he started record companies, start putting out younger artists, or go into different things. But at some point, I forgot who the fuck I was listening to that said that. It was like, nobody want to hear Will Smith make a new record or nothing like that. Will Smith should be putting out artists and putting out, different things. And maybe not him specifically, but just older artists, period.
I was gonna say hip hop is the only genre where people think that way.
All right, all right. So we're gonna stop in that right there. And I like what he said at the end. Hip hop is the only genre where people think that way. And that is true. This one of the questions too, what does it mean to say hip hop has a shelf life? Pretty much of what people are saying. And do you want to chime in on that conversation they were having? And shout out to Grandmaster Cass.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, shout out. Let
You
me
have
matter of fact, let me get some hype. Okay.
yeah,
We had to
yeah.
shout him out.
You
So what's
deserve
your
that.
thoughts on that video?
Um, LL Cool J is, I believe, 55, 56, something like that, close to
Mm-hmm.
60, pushing 60, but he don't look like it. Defying everything that is a topic in that video.
Mm-hmm.
Question. Um, you have also Rakim, you have MC Light, you have uh several of the Wu-Tang brothers, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of the old school, what you consider old school artists from the mid to the late 80s, uh, doing their thing today. You know what I mean? And it's under the radar because it's not of today. You dig? So this topic here, if you would pay attention to a lot of the interviews from a lot of these artists that you would consider old school or dated or what have you, um, this topic always comes up as if they being those artists, these type of artists that are supposed to be past their prime, they always respond with a Mick Jagger or a Dave Matthews band or
Mm-hmm.
Sting and anybody of a different genre who is considered a legend in those genres who are still touring or making music. You dig what I'm saying? And they don't get the same backlash, like how
Right.
the video ended. You dig what I'm saying? And that perspective is complemented by other mindsets and other genres that already look down upon hip hop, right? But we, the fans of the culture and the music, we look at our legends as equal to a Sting or a David Bowie and what have you, in comparison to how great they are from when they started. Like LL, who is one of them in the culture. Mind you, he deemed himself GOAT and turned it into an acronym. Took it from
Yep.
who he originally
Who?
give homage to. You dig what I'm saying? The go to
Uh-huh.
ball goat. You dig what I'm saying? And turned it into an acronym that has a meaning that exceeds past what he should have patented and trademarked. And it's used loosely for things that aren't deserving of it. Yet we're shelf life past our prime and don't deserve to be in the same light as those that are current and quote unquote what you call relevant today. But yet you are microwaved each day. You dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And have to stay relevant because, like I said, like I have mentioned before in conversations we've had, reminding you of what our certain artists that we love have mentioned, like Eric Sermon from EPMD, asking the new generation about their music and how far will it go past where they are now, where how they look at us as shelf life material, but yet we're still touring and packing out venues when today a lot of them can't do that or have done that, but can't contain or control the crowd. You dig?
Mhm.
Because of the lack of legendary or classic old school experience that is dated in shelf life. But again, 20, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, how will your music be revered and praised and respected and appreciated? Will it be like how we shelf life culture is being appreciated and held in the highest regard, where it shows you this is the foundation, giving you the leeway to do the same thing when today it seems like it looks like they're using today's generation to X them out, where they'll still have the shelf life of the old school or the past our prime or the outdated and you know OGs, the unks, the
Yeah.
aunts. You know what I mean? You could go with LL Cool J and just really shut it down, mic drop it from there, because
Okay.
he's
So,
touring as big as them, and he's the elder statesman who is the goat of 5 generations.
yeah, I agree. So, since you just said LL name, I do have a video clip with LL in it, so let's check that out.
Here's the
Okay.
real, like the real thing is that, you know, times change and you gotta change. See, hip hop is not sports. We make a lot of sports analogies, but at the end of the day, the arts are an intellectual thing.
Right.
The arts are not per se physical.
Right.
Physical first.
Right.
Yeah, you got to get on stage, you got to do different
Right.
things, but it's not physical first.
Right.
It's here and here first. So you should be able to adapt and do great shit, but you can't get set in your ways. You can't think you know every goddamn thing, and you got to stay curious about what's going on in the world.
Yep. That is with anything though, you know. Um, and I totally agree with him. I totally agree with him. So, let's say has commercialization hurt hip hop's longevity though? Um, and then you can also discuss what he just said, because his conversation is basically saying, in order to stay relevant and to continue to have longevity, like you should be curious about other things. You should understand the other subgenres that come out. And even if you don't respect some of the music, there is some music from there. There's some hidden treasures and everything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Um, and also what's going on around you in the world, because hip hop has always been about expressing our truth and in the things that's been happening in our lives and around the world, and um in our cities, in our states, in our households. So it's always been truth serum, but it just started. It,
That's what
not
somebody
just
is.
started, but you know what I mean. Okay. So go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts on this video and also the question that's on the banner.
Well, mm-mm. I say yeah because of the higher, the elite figures outside of the music that play a part in the entertainment of it, like politics, for
Mhm.
instance, have assisted in commercialization of what they consider hip hop music.
Mm-hmm.
Real hip hop heads don't consider what politics choose for its endorsement and what have you, and vice versa. Hip hop. You dig what I'm saying? If once you make it that to that point, it's more than just that because hip hop doesn't. Politics doesn't really consider hip hop more so. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We counterattack politics. Religion frowns upon hip hop. You know what I mean?
Well, there's Christian hip hop though. And I listen to a lot of it. Shout out to
I
Phil
get it.
Durrell once again. But keep going. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
put
get it.
him
I
in the
get it.
banner. Go ahead.
But you don't see Christian hip hop in the light like it's supposed to be. The same way you don't see conscious hip hop,
Yep.
um, party hip hop, which is innocent fun, because Kid and Play is and Heavy D,
Mm-hmm.
Kwame, and they're in the Salt and Pepper. That's partying and having fun. Motley Crue did that.
Mm.
Van Halen did that. Cyndi Lauper did that. Because girls, they just want to have fun, you know. So hip hop been doing that. That's what it was based upon. But it seems like they're taking what they envisioned for hip hop in the beginning, where they called it jungle gibberish, where it was a phase, a fad, and it wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
last more than 5 years, a trend, yada yada yada. Once it became marketable, in between when it started to now, was the realest version of hip hop ever. Where it is now is where they look as how they looked at it then in the beginning. You dig? We can say that now, that it is jungle gibberish, jigaboo, stepping, fetch it, coon, buffoon.
Yeah.
It is, minstrel show, blackface in reverse type. It is. It is all of that. And people like KRS-One, he, is also a prime example because how he speaks on not bend, buckle, or folding and believing in what hip hop truly is versus what the media projects it to be for us to go by. Mind you, this is our culture and our music. How can we go by anything other than what we created? Even if we didn't create it, if we're a fan that went to the stores and bought this music and throughout our neighborhoods and through our peers and throughout the nation has done that equally. Mind you, I'm from Flint, Michigan. I'm in Tennessee, Clarksville. I share the same love for music with Southerners here that share the same uh, growth in life like me as a young boy, teenagers growing up in the hip hop era. The same stories. So it's affected and impacted us the same way. So once it reached the commercialization, the conversation changed because now you got a different conversation with different viewers from a different spectrum, a different side of the culture that is not a part of our culture, where they'll take MC Hammer and claim he's one of the best rappers ever. Dude,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Vanilla Ice, you know, bro, like, come on, man. You dig what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we would never, you know what I mean? And MC Hammer get a nod now, you know what I mean? Because I was a dancer. You remember I tried to dance for you back in the day, me and my group EGD. We was dancers back in the day. So, I gave Hammer a nod because of that. I got some of my dance steps from him. I won battles and everything. You know what I'm saying? But it was too much of the commercialization from him and what his brand was that we couldn't accept it for the culture, because the culture isn't that. The music is that.
It was
So
more faddish. Like,
exactly.
let me say this. Let me chime in on this question. Um, I I totally agree with you. And what I think I see is, as far as commercialization, every subgenre seems to have that commercial impact. Like you were talking about MC Hammer, and then it may have been another artist that was in trap music, Drake, and then you have the emo, I forgot who made a major impact in emo, but all of these little subgenres, then you got drill, and they all wind up becoming extremely popular, making money, becoming a cultural phenomenon. Little Nas X, all of that.
What's
But you
emo?
do, emo is like depression rap. um
Wow.
XXX Tunch, I can't say his name, but
I
XXX,
thought, well, that's all
X,
you had to say right there.
yeah,
That's
and
right.
Juice World. And unfortunately those young kings is passed over, they passed away. But yeah, so yeah, it's like a bunch of little, now they got what Playboy Cardi is, vampire is like a vamp rap. So now it's like vampire rap, vamp. So
Come on,
anyway,
man.
I don't know, but all
Yeah,
these
man.
little
Come on.
subgenres.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
number one thing is the longevity of that does not last. They actually do have a shelf life. But when you talk about Jay-Z, Nas, Jeezy, Tupac, Biggie, people are still, Lauryn Hill, MC, like all of these people, Wu-Tang, they also are phenomenons, but they been able to, their music have been able to live on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, the subgenres to me have shelf lives, but true music, and it's funny because it's the OG music that we grew up on, is the ones that's standing. Okay, let's
Yeah.
watch
That's
another
crazy.
video because we'll be. I like. Okay, let's check this out.
Could just make a record that is a moment record. You in the moment. Right now, everybody's saying lit. Everybody's saying this. Everybody. So you want to make a record that's for the moment. But if you want to make a record to stand the test of time, write about your pain. Write about what you're going through. Because there's more niggas going through what you're going through than more niggas that's getting lit.
And I totally agree with him. Now I'm gonna say this on this video, and then I'm gonna let you chime in. This is the type of music that I like, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I listen to some of the trap. I listen to some of the artists that's drill, but I listen to the things that have, that's like deep, because of me understanding pain, whatever it may be, me having my own trauma that I'm working on. There's some connection there, as well as me evolving when it comes to listening to other things or whatever, kind of like what LL said. But anything else, as far as like the murder or just constantly disrespecting women, I don't even listen to um uh profanity, the profanity songs. It has to be edited. Now that's a problem. That's when you know it's a problem, because back in the day I could listen to it without getting the edited version, but now it's got to be edited for me to actually listen, when it comes to certain music. But I feel like Snoop made a valid point when it comes to a lot of the B-sides. We call it B-sides. Why do you think a lot of the B-side music uh for it's not popular in like with the major society of the world who love this culture of hip hop? Why do you think that?
It's not relatable to those who could understand the
Let me
conditions
give you a
of.
mic drop.
I mean, it's the fact. The truth is this why a lot of them can't understand Eminem. You know what I mean? And that's why he, you know, I mean, it's the reason why Eminem stays behind the scenes and he stays more on our side of things. You know what I mean? And not vanilla ice in it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
MGK in it. You know what I mean? Or anybody else that seems like they're pretending and really seem like they're culture vultures.
And
Because
we
he
know
sticks
where he
as,
grew up. We done seen his neighborhood.
you know what I'm saying? So he stick. He it seemed like he keep he keeps himself grounded with those who are black that make sure he stay that way type of deal. You know what I mean? So, like commercialization is based upon who allows themselves to be commercialized, because we always talking about uh we're always talking about artists who should be blah blah blah, in Snoop's place or this person's place, they should be yada yada. But the way we look at commercialized artists and make it a topic, frown upon them. Do we want them to be? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel, I mean, again, I'll bring up the topic. I'm getting hot up in the mouth. I'll bring up the topic on the gangster rap tip. Cool G rap. Listen to the content in his music. Like Big Daddy Kane says, he should be bigger than what he is based on the content in his music because it matches and complements today's music. You dig what I'm saying? And he never got big like that, you know. But he is considered one of the legends
Yeah.
of hip hop because of the lyricism. He, Kane, KRS, and Rakim changed for hip hop from when they started to what we talk about right now. I mean, well, minus the topic of what we're talking about right now. you know, because little and young, anybody ain't in that category. But anyway, but what I'm saying is, the
You
commercialization
crazy.
is needed to differentiate rap versus hip hop. I call rap radio airplay because you hear it more. Hip hop, you don't as much. But being that we deemed it as the genre, the term hip hop, and rap is what you do, it umbrellas everything. So drill, trap, mumble, emo, demo, finding Nemo, I don't know. Okay. Uh uh all of it comes
Not
along
finding
with it.
Nemo.
Yeah, but I'm just saying all of it comes with it.
Vamp rap. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
all of that,
much.
vamp,
That's so
stamp,
crazy.
yeah, it just, so all of it is commercialization based on how the industry wants rap to be, not how we want it to be. Not the
Yes,
real core
yes,
fans, not
yes.
the core
That's
fans. You think what I'm saying? So
yes.
the longevity part, that's where LLs and the EPMDs that's where they come about and say, hey, whoa, 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 hold up, 50 years. And they demanded that. You know what I'm saying? It's just how the
Hmm.
industry is, gauging how it's going to be in the future with the longevity.
All right. Yes. Now let's get back to another video. Now this one I think gonna make us smile because we both a fan of this artist for show. Man, excuse me. I remember. I just want to say this. I remember that I used to write every single verse down on paper when I was younger, just so I could recite it exactly like this rapper right here.
Yo, what up guys, DJ Y is back again with another episode. So guys, in today's video I want to show you two GOATs, Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, linked up in backstage at Rock the Bells Fest 2025. Check this out.
Two of the goats right there.
Bro, it's always pleasure to see two goddamn sis chilling together on the same room, giving some love and respect to each other, man. This is highly appreciated, bro. This is why I love Rock the Bells, man. This is the biggest hip hop festival ever, man. Period. Also, I want to send my big love to legendary, iconic LL Cool J for made it happen. You know, he's head of the Rock the Bells festival. Bro, my fault nearly missed to say. I want to send major shout out to Eat Biscuit for giving us such a quality, such a dope historical footage. This is highly appreciated, big bro. Much love. So it was all. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. God bless you. This is your boy DJ Y. Peace.
TV is in the building. Okay, I want to say this. I apologize about the commentator because I don't know nothing he said. I was just excited to see the video. I have no clue what he said. Shout out to you. Please don't, thank you and let me use your video, okay? However, it's so funny because you a Big Daddy Kane fan. I'm a big Rakim fan. And that's what I was talking about. Man, especially I Ain't No Joke. I redid that. But
Oh,
okay,
really?
guys, this was when I was hardcore. And the song was called I got the smoke or I got the coke.
Oh my God.
Oh no, it was I got the
I mean,
smoke. I got the smoke. And it was I
okay.
got the smoke and I was
I'll accept that one. The other one, I would have been so embarrassed. I'd be like, no,
well
no, I
you know
can't do that.
you know your your sister, I'm a storyteller and the truth teller. But no, I got the smoke and I had kind of changed the words to me hustling weed.
I figured that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got the gist of that one. You
but yeah, I love them and I went to Rock the Bells. I went to the Rock the Bells a while ago, and that was a long time ago. It was kind of when they first really started Rock the Bells, and it was the Roots, and it was in Atlanta. A friend
know.
of
Okay.
mine, a friend of mine was working the show. Okay, so that was just kind of like just something light just for us to talk about. But let's get back to the videos that we are dissecting.
It's based on that. What's new? What do you? Yeah, I know you know Jay-Z is good, but do you know this song right here that only 4 people heard it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then they bring that person into the masses, the pop culture, and then you have a window before saying that you are the one is no longer cool. And then you have to move past that. And you have to find a way to exist.
And how he was just representing, well, saying that he was actually breaking down the manufacture. You know what I'm saying? Like you find a new hottest person and nobody probably heard of them, but they hot. You heard of them. It only 4 people rocking with them right now. So then they get signed. Now the masses love them, but then somebody else come and they do it all over again. So now this person got to find out what's the next thing that they can be relevant in. The artist I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? because they feel like they have a shelf life. So to me, what Jay-Z was saying is that there is a shelf life, but he was talking as, I think, a businessman. What's your thoughts on this video?
Um, Jay-Z has a lot of knowledge in that aspect. That's why they call him he's really the go to business more
Yes.
so, not the go to hip hop,
No,
you know.
seriously. Yeah.
But he does make major business move, and he speaks very uh he's very savvy, you know what I'm saying? He's a
Mm-hmm.
savant when it comes to it. And again, this goes back to what I was speaking about. We all know artists that we love that we feel should be on that commercialized platform where they should be the top artists because they got this type of music and you love them, yeah, 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 boom, 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 such and such and such and such. But they just for some reason can't get over. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've heard all the behind the scenes, propaganda that go on, you know what I mean? That's diddied out. But um, you know, still you can take somebody like again, Cool G Rap, who fathered the style of what his content is for people like Jay-Z to spit
Mm-hmm.
like that with that type of, you know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z is a mega rap artist who is deserving of uh, a platform to be a mega star. But years prior to him becoming this, we already heard someone who should have been that. You know what I'm saying? But according to today's time, he's a part. Now I'm calling this a culture now, since it's been a topic, shelf life culture. You know what I'm saying? Since Cool G Rap now is a part of the shelf life culture, uh, the Jay Z is the first of because of how mega he is, or the GOAT of. So it doesn't matter if a Cool G Rap is the godfather of what his style is, of Biggie and them and how they rap about what his content is then, because he never made it as popular, big as they did. Although those rappers that are revered on that big platform will tell each fan that don't know that a Cool G Rap, if he never picked up a microphone, you wouldn't be considering me your GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I'm your GOAT because of him.
Mm-hmm.
You have Jada Kiss saying this to his son in front of Big Daddy Kane. Jada Kiss's son is looking at his father bow to Kane. You know what I'm saying? You have people like Big Pun, who's revered as one of the legends, whose favorite rapper, who you can hear it in his style, is Cool G Rap.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to meet him, but when he finally met him, imagine this. I believe it was what, close to five, if not 500 some pounds, getting down on one knee and kissing Cool G Rap's ring. Now, is that not gangster?
That's
I mean,
crazy.
but the respect,
Yeah.
because during
I
that
know what you
time
mean.
he was the same age as these youngsters that don't
Mm-hmm.
respect the foundation
They
that gives
definitely
them the
don't.
leeway to do what they're doing now, which, like you
They
said, is the true shelf life, because they have to keep doing this over and over and over and over and over. You dig? Where we had to make one album and then sit back and watch the new guy come up and kiss our ring. And then come up with another album. Like it'll be like years before we do. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And he'll be more popular than us. But
Let's
we still get the respect from that generation of youngsters that will come and do that and respect us, but their fan base don't give us that respect. They
Mm-hmm.
give them the respect. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I said, the beginning of it, where hip hop started, that's where it is now when it comes to the industry having it in their hands.
So
And that's why this is a topic.
let me I'm going to, and I'm glad you said that about the respect thing. We'll come back to this question because I like what you just said. So now I have a video to show you on what you just said.
Doing hip hop for so long, and
Hold on, that's not it. Wait 1 second.
Is still relevant.
Okay, guys, I forgot this video is up very loud. So let me adjust the sound before I show this.
No. If Nas drops,
Do you think Nas is still relevant in hip hop?
no. If Nas drops an album, who's flocking to listen to the album on the day of release? The mainstream hip hop or mainstream rap audience? Or is it the hardcore invested backpacking community? He don't have the sound. He doesn't have the look. It breaks down to how what we define relevancy as, though. In the mainstream, it's like, is your name always in conversations? Nas isn't one of those artists. And in my opinion, Nas's name stays really relevant because it's always in comparison with Jay-Z.
Let me give you some of the reasons why he's relevant. He not the most relevant, but relevant. He just won a Grammy maybe 2 years ago for Best Rap Album of the Year. That's a big reason. The Grammys don't solidify hip hop, don't solidify rap music, but he wins a Grammy, which is a commercial reward for the Best Rap Album of the Year.
Woo! I couldn't wait for you to see this. Hold on, pull him. Let me pull this back up because that I don't know what they use, but I tell you, they volume was on 100. Okay, what's your thoughts on that video? Talking about
Yeah.
lack of respect.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's why I
That
can't
was
stand
perfect.
talking to the youngsters. Yeah, but I can't stand talking to the youngsters unless they're just listening. The ones that got mouths because they're at a certain age and they're now adults, that I'm grown attitude, so I'm gonna talk like this, as if that's what's supposed to be once you reach the age of adulthood. I'm not gonna listen, I'm just gonna yap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think let me just say this and I'm gonna let you have the floor. I think that everyone has their opinion. They are open to having an opinion, but listening to him, I don't think he ever really listened to Nas to be able to chime in on and answer that question. And for him to say that Jay-Z made Nas relevant and just to call Nas a backpack rapper, do he not know Nas from the projects?
well, he came from the backpack era when he
Yeah, the
came
back.
out,
He just
you
a
know,
lyricist, but he just
but
like how I was in from the trenches, had lyricism, self trying to learn who you are at an early age as a person that learn the world, just curious. But dude, okay, that was
yeah,
crazy. I had to show you that one.
yeah,
Let
that's it.
me
21 Savage joint. That's like what 21 Savage said.
about
That was like
Nas or somebody.
yeah, yeah, and I believe
No, it
uh
wasn't it wasn't Nas. It was who was he talking about? Was that
no, he
Nas he
said
was
no, no, yeah, he said Nas is irrelevant, and then next thing you know, they do a track together.
yeah,
You
because
know what I
then he
mean?
was like, yeah, he had to go do his homework. So answer
Yeah,
this question. Does social media help or hurt the culture?
both,
Okay. What's
both.
chime go ahead and and elaborate.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't know about the foundation if it wasn't for the media, but how the media works and operates. The hurt part is where the industry took what they knew was marketable and what they wanted to be marketable and worked with the media to put out what they felt should be projected for everyone to depict, judge, desecrate, talk about, forget about the positive part that helped. See, this is why I break hip hop down in an acronym. See, LL ain't the only one. Hip hop for me stands for having intellectual power helps our people.
I like that.
You dig what I'm saying? That's hip hop. Take it all the way back to the beginning. That's exactly what it was because we didn't have anything until somebody came up with the idea to put us all in check and make and have us doing something constructive and artistic where it becomes a culture. You dig what I'm saying? That's the help part where the media saw that at first and they were displaying it where, Beach Street breaking, comes into play. You got Blondie where Fab Five Freddy, the collaboration where it was honest, where you put this out as an exhibit to show you, you may call it a fad, you may call it a phase and jungle gibberish, but the way that you are taking it as a viewing to display it, across the nation, I'm sorry, all you're doing is feeding people the hors d'oeuvre portion of what's going to be a full course, you know what I'm saying, of everything that you can eat from. And I've been well fed from, you know, all of the ingredients of hip hop music. You dig what I'm saying? On the help end of things. But I've also seen it digress in the cultural part of it with the media hurting our culture with putting out what they want everyone else that is not of the culture to see.
Yeah.
And it started for me when they did the gangster rap thing with West Coast. How they
Hmm.
did that, they also made us take that term and use it for all the rap music that uses profanity, violence, sex, drugs, and what have you. And then here comes all the labels of what rap is and different names of rap, and it's
Let me
crazy.
let me ask you this question. If you know, for a long time, the government, especially in on the West Coast, I don't know if it really was. I don't know if the East Coast was really trying to do it, but when they were trying to yeah, it was actually political when they were trying to
Mhm.
censor rap music way back in the day. Do you
Yeah, it worked.
think do you think that we should have allowed that back in the day, or not? Do you think that if we had decided, let's go ahead and censor the music, do you think it would be as vulgar or way too harsh now in the way that people are speaking in the or rapping now? What's your thoughts on that?
Um, no, I think we would have gone harder because of the sticker not compromising how you have to approach not being too vulgar. Because we didn't think about it at first. Did Two Live Crew think about it at first? The NWA Ghetto Boys Too Short think about it at first, and Too Short still going in and still ain't thinking about it. So, you know,
Okay.
I mean, so I get what you're saying because we still have the profanity and explicit lyrics with the advisory sticker and the warnings, and I'm talking about prior to today's music.
Mm-hmm.
because they might as well forget about the censorship. Why? It's like fill in the blank, and you got
Mm-hmm.
the answer right there. So it's
That's how
easy. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
how I be listening to music too. I fill in the
I mean, it's just
blanks.
like you ain't listening to number hook, but a hook. That's all you listening to, and a beat. Because everything is but what what with
You
it's
know
like the
what? Come
CD skippy with the beat still playing. You know,
wicked, 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 wicked. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we got one more video. Let's go ahead and show this, and then I'm gonna get your thoughts on a couple questions, and we'll get out of here. Oh, this has been good. You've been cooking. The hip hop historian, Marky D in the
and I'm not
building.
a I'm just a lover of hip hop,
I
man.
know, I
I,
know.
I wish I
I'm
was a
the
historian though.
hood,
I wish I was a historian.
the hood historian. Okay, here we go.
The dominant musical form in the
Oh
United
wait,
States.
hold on.
How does it feel to be somebody who's doing hip hop for so long, and now it's the dominant musical form in the United States? It's probably the most current, most socially relevant, certainly musical form in the United States.
That's crazy because I remember when it was like not considered even music. You know, the early 80s. So to see it be what it is today, I knew it would be that. I know.
Now that's where he was talking about low key with the gibberish of what you were saying, but he didn't want to say it. You understand what he's saying? So yeah, I had to show you that one because you was definitely on point. Shout out to Nas. Let me give my guy
For
Nas
sure,
some
man.
love for
That's
sure, for
important.
sure.
I love how he came up.
Yeah.
I love how he
Um,
came up through the ranks, man. I love that, man.
yeah. And just all the stuff that he's doing coming from like I think we gravitate more to a lot of the men and women that really came from the trenches and now they have evolved to the level where they are really doing some real good work in the community, giving back. Just we watch them grow up. It's just inspiring to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
how Nas used to be to who he is now. Queen Latifah,
Mhm.
how she used to be to who she is now.
Like how
KRS
Common was
One,
his family.
yeah, KRS One was homeless. Look at him now. You know what I'm saying? Like just all of that. So it's amazing just seeing those people that we grew up with throughout this industry and how they are today, how relevant they are, how successful they become. And success isn't just about money, but success with them being able to give back in so many different ways and inspire others. And you know what I'm saying? Like all of that is amazing. MC Light, just all of them.
Girl,
They're
you
all
should hear her
amazing.
music, sis. You should hear her
Oh
music,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
She
Oh
got
yeah, her
current.
new
Oh,
album. I got to check it out.
she got music prior to that that I didn't know
Oh
about. That she
yeah.
get down on
Oh
it.
yeah,
She
yeah.
gets
I
down.
I know about yeah, I know. But let me show you maybe two more questions and let me get your thoughts on this. And it's pretty much some of the, like honestly, you definitely summed up most of these questions in your conversations, but why do older fans often reject new artists?
Why is this mostly about me? Why does it seem like this was mostly directed to me? Come on,
No, it's
with the
not.
attack, the attack,
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm sure that because my demographic, honestly, it's so funny. I checked my YouTube analytics and my demographic of the people that actually watch both of my channels, this channel is at least in between, I'll say 24 years old until 45 or something like that. And then my fresh and friends is like pretty much 19, well 20, I'll say 20 to 20 to 34. So I'm like, wait a minute, these young people really like an auntie.
That's what's
But
up.
so So I want you to be the unk right now and be honest with a lot of the because this channel is for the young men and the young women of the generation that is up and coming, you know, planting seeds, all that good stuff. You know, that's what this channel is about. So I want them to hear it from the hood historian, and
Of
somebody
hip
that
hop,
is a,
okay.
yep, of hip hop, and and answer this question.
Okay, okay. Well then, nephew and nieces, listen up right quick. Let me give you a little history lesson in hip hop.
I
The
feel like
queen
I
of
should
hip
put
hop.
some music behind this. Go ahead, I'm
I mean,
listening.
you could, but
I am.
the queen of hip hop is Miss Sylvia Robinson. Look her up. I don't need to do her background. Just know that facts. I stick to facts. I don't do opinions, especially when it comes to hip hop. The queen of hip hop is Sylvia. Hip hop music, I should say, is Sylvia
At one
Robinson, not
point in
hip hop
time in your
culture. Hip
life,
hop music.
to be successful.
Oops, sorry. Go
Um,
ahead.
um, she took the opportunity on what I feel to take advantage of a group of inner city kids who she saw had something that was marketable the same way today's industry sees today's young artists that did not know anything about business, uh, like the artist Sylvia Robinson had then when hip hop music started with the major label, you dig, for the masses to hear. So when the respect factor comes into play, and it is in regard to us old heads or old schools or OGs or unks and aunts, you dig, that you guys refer to. We are cut from that old school cloth. So coming from that old school cloth, where, mind you, school being the key word, where we learned from, you dig, because we all went to school. Some of us are still are going. Um, uh, we learned that regardless of the lack of knowledge in the business, where you didn't get a lot of money back then, the culture kept us so grounded that in everything that evolved artistically, creatively from hip hop, with every artist and group before your time, once hip hop became solidified, the respect followed because we all came from a certain cloth. We all designed, you dig? And now you're wearing it, you dig? And that respect, you know, it will show more on your regard. You don't, you know what I'm saying? If you would take school a little more serious, because the leaders of the new school is the name
Pun
of a group.
intended. Pun
You dig what I'm
intended.
saying? Pun intended, because that's the name of a real hip hop group who were young that came out in an era of hip hop in a genre that was still looked upon as jungle gibberish, yet very well established. You dig what I'm saying? And had room to allow a group named Leaders of the New School who came out in a era of conscious hip hop music that taught us about ourselves, in which your school doesn't speak about. You dig what I'm saying? So when we talk in terms in school and the differences, just know this: we're all fans of what our favorite music is. The difference is the ones you consider old school took more time to listen, where our music didn't come to us daily, weekly. You dig what I'm saying? It took time, like art does initially. Like art takes time because every artist loves their work and they know that it takes time to come up with something to the smallest art piece because it starts as an idea. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We took the time to learn. Now, once we learned, we had no other choice but to respect. because each one of us that had to learn didn't know what the other was creating. You dig? And each one of us are creative. You know what I'm saying? So you can't disrespect someone who couldn't come, who you didn't come up with the idea that they came up with that made you wish you had. Yet you enjoy it to the full. You can't do nothing but respect that. You dig what I'm saying? And being that you're wearing the cloth that we're cut from, mind you, that cloth we've given you, you dig? Again, we made that. So you need to show the respect that has already been given because you're wearing the cloth, the artistic cloth that was woven, sewn, you dig, stitched, uh, embroidered, because again, we got fashion in hip hop to confirm that. You know what I'm saying? The Carl Kanais, the cross colors, the major damage, the use, you know what I'm saying? So everything I'm saying isn't just a pun, they're all facts. You think what I'm saying? Where the older fans have experienced way more of an authentic cultural experience than what these new fans don't know anything about, thinking that it started with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't think that when you have a father, an
Yes.
uncle, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, an auntie, the ones that you call us anyway, unc and aunt. Like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my thing is when you rocking this cloth, this hip hop cloth, you supposed to rock it well. You know what I'm saying? And it got mind you, every tag, every clothing piece got instructions on it with the tag. You know how it's supposed to be taken care of. Washed and type of thing. They ain't look at the tag and nothing. They just rocking it, throwing it in the washer. You know what I mean? They ain't taking it to the pro cleaners. You know what I'm saying? They getting it
Shout
steamed how
out
it's
to Pro
supposed to.
Clean.
You know what I mean? They not. They just throwing it in the joint. It's shrinking. It's bleeding in the wash. It's man, you got everything else all covered for weeks. Man, everything jacked up
You
now.
so funny. I
You know what I
love
mean?
it. I love it. And you know what? For that, oh my gosh, that was amazing. I like literally for y'all new schoolers that disrespect a lot of these OGs that's out here, like the young man and what he said about Nas. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
He needs some milk. Okay. That was an explosive conversation. That was an explosive way to school and to plant some seeds to these youngsters that's listening. I appreciate you. That was just so on point. And do you have anything you want to say before we end? You pretty much, that was a mic drop right there.
I mean, just do more research. You know what I mean, and know that before you go to YouTube or Google, you talking to YouTube or Google. You dig? Now, after you listen to the human versions who you reject and shun and disrespect, then you go to Google and YouTube to confirm. You dig? Don't challenge us with the YouTube and the Google when we're that before you even go there. You did. We know what we're talking
Absolutely.
about. Mind you, we're checking
Yes.
out your reaction videos as well. We see how you conform to Jordan being the GOAT. We see y'all doing your reactions to our old school videos. When you peep out Kane and Rakims and LLs. We see how y'all look at us and rock with us. And LL is a rapper. Oh my God! Did you?
They
I didn't
only
know
know
he
him
was.
from the they
Yeah,
only know him
yeah,
from the movies and the TV
yeah,
shows.
yeah, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I
You
know.
so
I love it
funny.
though. I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I love it too.
It
Thank
makes us
you.
look immortal. It makes us look
Yeah,
immortal.
it's
And you know what I'm saying? And wake them up. Then you're going to
that's
have to realize that 20, 30, 40 years is coming.
That's the longevity,
Yeah.
the longevity of it. Thank you so much, bro, for coming on. Shout out to you. You got anything shout outs you want to give or anything like that?
Uh, Shout out to my family back home in Flint. Shout out to my boy Mondo, my
Yes,
Mondo brother,
Mondo, what up
Bravo.
though, Mondo?
My boy Tim Tyler. You know what I mean? All my people back
Yes.
in the street. You know what I'm saying? And all around.
Shout
You know what I mean?
Yes. And shout out to everybody that always show love. And this platform is small but mighty. We really appreciate you guys. Please, if you can, subscribe, like, share this. This is what this is about. Also, if you want to see us grow, it would be appreciative if you can donate anything, even $1, to the Cash App that is in my link. And that's it, and that's all. Until the next time, this is Support Real Men season 2. And if you have not seen season 1, go check it out. Love y'all and mean it. Mwah. Bro.
Live, laugh, love.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Love, peace, mind, and the faith.
Thank you.